Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in your part of the world. My name is Dr. Abney, and welcome to Keep It Moving Monday Motivation. This is where you can come to get motivated to accomplish your goals. If this is your first time joining me, say good morning in the comments and let me know where you are from. You know what? Y'all know how I start the weekend. You know how I start the top of the show. I always talk about the weekends because we know some of us have had a full week, right? And for some of us, it's like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend. For me, it's like, okay, the weekend is just another part of the week to get things done and to keep it moving, right? So, number one, in the comments, if you could, share with me how your weekend was. And then also share what goal that you were able to work on or that you accomplished so that we can celebrate you. As far as myself, last week was almost like a blur. I know I got some really good things done. Was it challenging for me? I don't think so, but I think my mind was just really, really full. And so this weekend, even though I've done some things again, I feel as though you ever had those type weekends where you know you've done some things, but then at the same time, guys, my nose is sweating. I'm sorry. But at the same time, you're like, what did I do this weekend? It seems like a blur. And I'm not talking about, back in the day, it was because you were clubbing or whatever. And yeah, the weekend could be a blur for you. But for me, it was more like, okay, I've done so much research and that's what I was doing. And one of the things that as an entrepreneur, doing research, finding out more about your industry, what's going on, what's ticking, what's not ticking, do I need to adjust? And so that's what I was doing this weekend and outsource some things, because it could become a lot. And one of the things that I realized is like, Lia, you're doing all of this and it's because I have a gift on the inside of me. And I'm sorry if it seems like I'm talking slow. But I have a gift on the inside of me and I want to be able to put it out, but I need to be accountable to what I am communicating as well as what I am putting out. And so, so one of the things that I was doing was I was just making sure that I was reading, I was meditating, I was taking the time also to take care of me, so that included rest as well. So overall, I can say my weekend was okay, but at the same time, it was something different. And this is the thing about doing things that are different when you're being accountable for your actions, you're being accountable for your gift that just been deposited on inside of you. And a lot of us know the Bible verse and Bible stories about the talents, right? About those talents. And so one of the things that I am intentional about in my life is making sure that I am nurturing those talents, that I am taking care of those talents, and that also comes with rest. So I hope that number one, that you guys got some rest this weekend, okay? But go ahead and share with me in the comments what you did, and did you accomplish any goals or self-care? But what I want you guys to do is stay tuned, because I will be right back with today's topic.
Black tea, black tea.
welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So you guys, as I was in here while the video was playing, I'm like, Lia, you way off. I'm like, you are off. What is going on? You guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% today. I'm not 100% today. But this really ties into being accountable. My voice is very tired. I kind of feel tired in my body, I'm being honest with you. Also because I got a lot on my mind. I'm having to adjust my what I eat because I'm having to do a procedure on next week, which is going to drain me. And so because I'm having to do a low iodine diet right now, those of you know that I had surgery. You can kind of, so if you're ever watching the videos, you're like, what's that on her neck? I had 2 surgeries, you guys, and this is why I'm so determined to do this. If you were watching this year is 2023, and these videos are out there. If it is 2030, God, praise be God, I'm still around, I'm still doing this. If it's 2035 or beyond, look, know that what God's put on the inside of you, He has trusted you. He has predestined you before you were even in your mother's womb to do great things in the earth. And I believe this is my great thing. And so, and the reason why is because I've had 2 surgeries where I'm not even supposed to be speaking, you guys. No voice whatsoever. And so I am having to go through radiation therapy on next week. And so my energy is kind of low. And I was like, why is my energy low? I feel like I want to do this, but why is my energy low? And that's why, you guys. But we're going to keep this thing moving because I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to encourage myself. And that's what you have to do. You have to encourage yourself. But let's get to today's topic, all right? Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. So, just keep me in prayer. Keep my kids in prayer because they're there for me. And I got to remind them this today about the procedure on next week. But it's going to be all right. I'm going to get through it. So today's topic remember I told you at the beginning of the year that I truly believe that God wants us to have a balanced life. But how do we go about having a balanced life? So one of the ways that I believe that we need to have a balanced life is being accountable for the gifts that are on the inside of us, because guess what? God's given that to us for a reason. So today's topic is a balanced life. Unlock your potential with accountability. And I can tell you, being accountable for something is almost like being punished. I don't know if anybody's like, man, why are you on me? Because people are pulling on you. People are depending on you to be accountable for what it is you say that you're going to do, whether it's on your job, whether it's in your home, whether it's in your community. You have to be accountable. Look, when you take a loan out or you have a credit card, they are trusting that you'll be accountable, or they're going to hold you accountable for making those payments on your house, on your bills. And if not, you're going to be penalized. Look, don't go ahead and don't pay that light bill. We all know what's going to happen. You're going to be penalized. Not only are they going to turn your lights off, you're going to have to pay another fee on top of what you owe to get the lights turned back on, right? And then on top of that, you'll start getting those notices, right? In mail. We all probably have been there one time or another, on one bill or another. You're like, you know what? I got pushed aside because this is happening. Or something has shifted in your finances, whether it is the loss of a job, or maybe, if you're a federal employee, you know what happens. Oh, I apologize, you guys. My phone is going off and I normally don't have it up here with me. Let me turn this thing down. Lord, forgive me. I normally don't have nobody texting me this early in the morning. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. But anyways, we're accountable for the things that has been deposited on the inside of us, right? So accountability is the responsibility of a person or organization to reach a goal or complete a task. By being accountable, you can ensure that your goals are met promptly and effectively. Also, you benefit from accountability because it helps you stay on track and efficiently reach your goals. We all get busy and life can take over without accountability, which I discuss in more detail in my book, which is Building People, Building Kingdoms, the business plan, where I discuss accountability. But according to research, having an accountability partner, which is something I also discuss in the book, can increase productivity and goal achievement by up to 95%. Additionally, studies have found that having an accountability partner can increase motivation, self-discipline, and focus. And this is one of the things that I am very big on, is having accountability, having an accountability partner, having someone who I can talk to, whether it's a mentor, and I've talked about this in previous episodes as well, because guess what? One of the things that I find is when I'm talking to somebody, it puts that particular thing that I said I'm going to be doing in front of out there in the universe that says, okay, this is what you're going to do. Even when it comes to just simple things in your life, when you tell your kids that you're going to do something, are you accountable to being true to what you say? Come on now. Are you being accountable to what you say, what you have told them? So that is something, and that's key to communication. And that's not what this topic is about. It's not about communication, but that's one of the key things, right? Being honest, communicating. Those are some of the characteristics of being accountable for the things that you say you're going to do and for your talents. Even as an entrepreneur, you're accountable to your customers, right? You're accountable to your partners. You're accountable to your vendors. You are accountable to your gift. Now, this is the thing about this, and this is just I'm gonna add this little tidbit because this is not in my notes. This is nowhere in my notes. When you are accountable, oh my gosh, that thought just left my head, and it was really, 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 really good. Oh my gosh, it was really, really good. But when you are being accountable to others, it requires you to cultivate and to take care of your talents. It requires you to stay knowledgeable in the things that you're supposed to be doing. And so that means reading. That may be getting a coach. That may require you to do other things, certifications, and invest in what it is that you are doing in your services or in your gifts. Okay, because even as a parent, one of the things that I've done, and I've seen a lot of this all over the world, and even for those of us that are like in the military, they have programs to help us cultivate and how to grow, because they have the new parent support programs. They have, all sorts of programs. And so even in our communities, mom, baby, and me type classes, if that's what it's called. I know y'all know what I'm talking about, but then they also have some programs nowadays, even for men. So those are ways that you can cultivate those skills, those roles that you have in your life so that you can be accountable. And like I said, one of the things that I'm really, really big on is having an accountability partner. And I talk more about that in my book, which is on my website. Now, Proverbs 16:3, and this is the verse that I went to in order to help me understand my role in being accountable and also to cultivate that so that I can grow as a leader. And I want to say this up front, that no matter what role you are in, how old you are, we all are leaders. Okay, somewhere our people are looking to us to do certain things. And so I am accountable to the gifts that I have, the roles that I have as a mother, as a sister, as a friend, okay, as a daughter. I have those roles, and I'm accountable to those other individuals and how I relate to them. Okay, how I relate to my customers, how I relate to other professionals. Okay, and so, and let me tell you something. This is a growing process. This is a growing process because I don't get it right. I don't get it right. And it is a growing process. Even nowadays, for myself, I am constantly learning. Oh, you know what, Leah? You're accountable for what you say. You're accountable for what you do. You're accountable for your actions. You're accountable for what you say you're going to do. And so, one of the ways that I make sure I stay true to myself. Oh, that's real key. Staying true to yourself. One way that I stay true to myself is, guess what? I have accountability partner. Why? Because it increases my motivation, it increases self-discipline, and it helps me to remain focused. It helps me to remain focused. And these same things can do for you. So I want you to drop in the comments, do you have accountability partner? And if so, when was the last time that you talked to your accountability partner? And if you haven't, I want you to take the time today. I challenge you today to text them, call them, whatever it is, however y'all normally talk. If you haven't sat down with them, had lunch with them, breakfast, dinner, whatever it is, y'all reach out to your accountability partner and then let me know how it went for you. So Proverbs 16:3 in the ESV version says, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. This is really powerful. I'm going to say this again. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. Being committed to and accountable, which is accountability, to what God has put on the inside of me, my talents, my gifts, the relationships. Oh, that's real good. The relationships that God has placed before me. Guess what? If I commit to those things, if I commit to the change, if I commit to the challenges, if I commit to stay there, and I commit to honor those things, guess what? Your plans will be established. That means the things that I desire in my heart, my goals, they will be established. They will be established. So I hope that verse works for you. If not, find something that you can hold on to that will keep you walking towards being accountable for your goals and to those around you. So I want to share with you 3 ways to maintain accountability. And the first thing is be honest with yourself. This was something that I was like, okay, Leah, first of all, be honest. Honesty helps you, and it helped me to be accountable to my goals, to your goals, by ensuring that you are honest and transparent with yourself about what you are doing and why you are doing it. And this is where you hear a lot of times, if you're talking to a coach or you're talking to a mentor, that actually, what is your why? And then what are you doing daily? You guys, this is a daily walk, being accountable. And like I said at the top, being accountable is like sometimes feel like a punishment because you're like, when somebody's telling you something you should be doing or how you should be doing it, we get upset. We get upset. We're like, I know what I'm doing. Not realizing that really what they're trying to do is, if you're being honest and transparent with yourself about who you are, what you are doing, and why you're doing it, you will find that you will be more consistent with achieving your goals. Honesty helps you stay focused on your goals, allowing you to be more aware of your progress and any potential. And look, it also helps you to identify any potential pitfalls along the way. And additionally, honesty helps you stay motivated and accountable, giving you a sense of clarity and purpose when striving for your goals. Now, number 2, I want to go ahead and go into number 2. And I want to share this. I'm sorry, I wasn't using my banners. So here we are, because I just jumped right into it. So don't overcommit. Don't overcommit, you guys. Don't overcommit. And this is something I was really, really bad because I just felt like I had to say yes to everybody. Now, if you haven't watched my episode where I was saying, hey, it's okay to say no, go ahead and binge watch on YouTube and on those videos. And again, those of you who are joining me for the first time, my name is Dr. Lia Abney. I am the owner of Lia Abney LLC. You can find more out about what I offer on my website. And then also, you guys, you can also binge watch previous episodes on my YouTube channel. And it's at Lia Abney LLC, and you'll be able to find me using the search engine on YouTube. So let's get back to it. So, number 2. So number 1, we talked about what? Be honest with yourself. Number 2 of the 3 ways to maintain accountability is what? Don't overcommit. Again, this is something that I struggled with because I always felt I had to say yes, right? And what it did was it ended up putting more on my plate than what I can handle. And so what I did was, one day, God, I was like, God, enough is enough. I feel like I'm just over my head. And that is one of the ways that you've overcommit. When you feel that you are over your head, when you start feeling like you're irritated, or if you feel overwhelmed, then you've probably overcommit yourself. Now, I understand you're like, well, some things we just have to do, whether it's on my job, whether it's in your home, those 2 things are always those things are always, I want to say static, but that's probably not the right term. But they're always going to be there. If you're working, you have that. If you're an entrepreneur, there's things that you have to do. But guess what? The wonderful thing about, even if you in your home, those are the 3 things. And then community, you can manage what happens with your community. Okay, not unless you're sitting on a board or you're part of association. Even if you're part of association, you can determine yourself how often you are going to commit to that task right there. Okay, as a member, on your job. On your job, you have to be able to manage your time, be able to meet deadlines that are required of you, right? And it requires time management. And maybe that would be another topic I would talk about, time management. Another thing to prevent from overcommitting yourself when it comes to your home, when it comes to your job, is be willing to delegate. I mean, as an entrepreneur, is be willing to delegate. There are some things you can outsource. There are some things that you can delegate. One of the things I out there say, well, what can you outsource in your home? Child, I do not mow my lawn. I do not mow my lawn. And that's one task I outsource. I'm not doing that. And you're like, well, that's being lazy. No, it's not. I'm not spending time out there mowing my lawn and worrying about the length of my grass. And one of the reasons why, because I used to mow the lawn as a child, and I used to mow. I think I might have been 8, 9 years old, and I mowed the grass all the way up until I left home. No, I don't wash my car. I run it through the car wash, which most of us do. But it's little things that you can take off your plate. And then even for some, you may even have a maid come in your home to do some light cleaning for you. Or you may even use a laundry service that will wash your clothes. And so and for some, grocery shopping. Nowadays, we have delivery of good groceries nowadays, right? So there are some things that you can do in order to create that balance and to not overcommit on things that you say, even with family and friends, the time you spend with them, the things that you're doing, being able to share those responsibilities would take some things off of your plate, if that is available to you, because I know in some time, but also set your boundaries to say when you're available and when you're not, and what you will do and what you will not commit to, or some other things. When you do this, you are more than likely to miss a critical deadline when you overcommit, Be realistic with what you take on, and remember to ask for help when you need it to avoid being overwhelmed, as I stated before. To stay accountable, I talk to someone or I outsource things as an entrepreneur. Even this weekend, I used Fiverr to outsource market research for my business. And could I have done that myself? Absolutely. But it allowed me to focus on some other things that I wanted to do, and it also allowed me to rest. It allowed me to rest. So whether it is home maintenance or tasks for your business, be aware of overcommitting yourself to accomplish your goals. Everything requires some level of balance. So let's take a look at number 3. So number 3 is reflection. Okay, reflection. And accountability provides opportunities for you to learn through self-awareness, being self-aware of the things that you need to change or the things that you can celebrate. You guys, look, being accountable isn't about always change. It's also about celebration. It's also about celebrating your accomplishments, being right in the here and now, and being proud of the things that you have done, even the small steps. Like even this weekend, I realized, even though I have not officially, hi, good morning, thank you for watching. Even though I have not officially celebrated it yet, I was like, wow, Leah, you really accomplished some things. And I even had a friend have to remind me, Leah, look, you have done A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you have accomplished a lot of things that you should be very proud of. Why? Because we don't take stock of those things. We don't take the time to realize that what we have put out in the earth have been some wonderful things and very impactful. But this is the thing also. A lot of times we're waiting for other people to say it for us and to celebrate is and to say, hey, good job. Sometimes that's not going to come in a way that you want to. So reflection helps you to identify any areas where you can improve, as well any successes you have had in the past. And guess what? Reflection helps you to stay motivated and on track to reach your goals. I mean, and it helps to reinforce the importance of setting and meeting those goals. And so one of the things I do is, and you can do it however it fits your schedule. So every day I do take the time to just sit back. I like it being quiet. I like when I'm quiet, when it's quiet. And so it does allow me to think some of the things I do, but also journaling helps me be able to identify those things that I've done and why I am reflecting, but also whether it's talking to somebody, taking a walk, just those quiet times. Instead of thinking about all of the stuff that you have to do, take some time to relish in and think about the things that you have accomplished. Because as much as the challenges shape your life, those things that you accomplish shape your life as well. So, you guys, just a real quick run through real quick on the 3 ways to maintain accountability. And remember, it is not a punishment. It is a way to be able to grow and be able to accomplish your goals and keep it moving. Number 1 is be honest with yourself. Know what you can do and know what you can't do. Okay. And number 2 was don't overcommit. Don't put more on your plate. Know how to say no to things that do not fit your goals in your life. If it does not fit the path that you are going on, it's okay to say no. It's okay to take that off your plate. And guess what? I would say the hardest thing to say no to are the relationships. And when you are really wanting to grow, when you're really wanting to be successful, and I've heard this timeless and timeless again, when you ask somebody, what is the biggest change or that has impacted your life as you're growing as an entrepreneur, as you're growing as a leader? And it's going to be the relationships that you have lost along the way. Why? Because some of those relationships are only for a season. They are not meant for you to hold on to for the rest of your life. Why? Because people are growing over time. Just like they say in marriages, the person you married 10 years ago is not going to be the same person 10 years later, 15 years later, 20 years later. Why? Because they are growing. They are growing. Just like your child who was a child and you saw them from the time they were born, by the time they become 30, 40, they're not the same person. They're not the same person. And so you will not be the same person either. So again, don't feel like you have to overcommit and hold on to things. And I'm not telling you to get rid of any relationships, but know that that comes with the process. So number 3, reflection. Take the time, whether it's during the morning, during the evening, to reflect on what you've done for the day or even for the week. One of the reasons why I do the Monday morning motivations is so you can reflect on the week before. You can reflect on the weekend to say, hey, look, this is what I've done, and this is where I'm going, and also to celebrate those small wins, because I want to celebrate them with you. So I hope that you've learned something to take away with you as you keep it moving towards your goals. And I do thank you for joining me on today, you guys. I hope that you stay tuned for next week, because guess what? I have another topic for you. So have a good day.
Are you connected to the right resources to grow and achieve your goals in your personal life or for your business? Let Lia Abney LLC Consulting Services help you connect, communicate, and commit to the building process of growing your business to the next level. A veteran with over 20 years of managing multi-million-dollar projects, Lia Abney, owner, author, and motivational speaker, has keen insight and knowledge in the value of collaboration and strategy planning to keep you moving to the next level in building a legacy. Visit her website at www.liaabneyllc.biz. That's www.liaabneyllc.biz for more information.